The Galactic Council chamber was older than most civilizations present within it. Its architecture followed no single species' design philosophy. Smooth crystal arcs intertwined with jagged obsidian spines, suspended by gravity fields so subtle they were invisible even to advanced sensors. The floor was a polished black mirror, reflecting a holographic starfield that slowly rotated beneath the delegates' feet. Entire galaxies drifted there, reduced to points of light for debate and judgment. This was where wars were prevented or approved. When the human delegation arrived, the chamber's ambient noise dipped in confusion. They did not arrive via levitation platforms or bioorganic hoverthrones. They entered through the primary access corridor on foot, escorted by no guards, carrying no visible weapons. 5 of them, plain uniforms, no insignia beyond a small blue and white emblem on their sleeves. Most delegates barely noticed them. Humans were still classified as a developing species. Interesting, yes, but politically insignificant. Earth was a footnote, a future concern, not a present one. The lead human stopped at the central speaking platform. She was unremarkable by galactic standards. Short, soft-featured, dark hair pulled back tightly. Her posture was calm, almost casual, as if she were attending a routine meeting rather than addressing the most powerful body in known space. She did not request permission to speak. "You assaulted Earth." The words landed like a gravitational anomaly. Translation nodes flickered. Several delegates shifted as their systems recalibrated. The phrase was repeated in dozens of languages, stripped of nuance, stripped of politeness. A direct accusation, an impossible one. Murmurs spread around the chamber. The Carnal representative, a towering figure of layered chitin and glowing frills, leaned forward. Its species had founded half the Council's security doctrine. Its fleets patrolled the edges of known space. "Clarify," it demanded, voice resonating through the chamber. "No sanctioned military action has been taken against your system." The human did not flinch. "Correct," she said. "No declared action." With a subtle gesture, the starfield beneath them changed. The Sol system expanded into view. Earth glowed faintly blue, peaceful, fragile. 3 cycles ago, the human continued, unidentified vessels entered our heliosphere. They masked their signatures using gravitic distortions derived from Carnul technology. Several delegates straightened. "You disabled 12 of our satellites," she said calmly. "Navigation, communication, and early warning platforms. You tested response times, scrambled our sensor arrays, and when we attempted contact, you ignored us." The projection shifted. Blackouts rippled across human cities. Radar screens displayed impossible trajectories. Medical imagery appeared, grainy but unmistakable, foreign objects embedded behind human ears, deep in neural tissue. Gasps followed. The Carnal delegates' bioluminescence dimmed slightly. Exploration protocols allow limited interaction with pre-FTL species. "You abducted civilians," the human replied. "You erased memories. You monitored behavioral responses during sleep cycles." Her voice never rose. "That is not exploration, that is reconnaissance." The chamber fell quiet. One of the elder delegates, a crystalline being whose species had not waged war in millennia, tilted its multifaceted head. "You present circumstantial evidence," it said gently. "Misinterpretation is possible." The human nodded once. "Agreed." The projection changed again. Internal Carnul documents appeared, classified threat assessments, translated in real time. Footage of sleek alien vessels hovering above Earth's atmosphere, a time-stamped log labeled Phase 1, Species Evaluation. Several delegates recoiled. "You believed we wouldn't notice," the human said. "You believed our technology was insufficient. You believed our species too divided to respond." She took a single step forward. "We noticed everything." The Carnul representative shifted, mandibles clicking in agitation. These materials are restricted. How did you obtain— We watched, the human interrupted gently. You did not secure your networks against a species you categorized as observationally harmless. Silence pressed down on the chamber like a physical weight. The human folded her hands behind her back. You conducted a silent assault on our world, she said. You tested our defenses without declaring intent. You violated sovereignty without consequence. Her gaze swept across the council, meeting eyes, lenses, and sensory clusters without fear. That was your first mistake. No threats were spoken. None were needed. Because in that moment, the Galactic Council understood something fundamental had shifted. Earth was no longer asking for a place at the table. It was delivering a warning. No one spoke. That alone was unprecedented. The Galactic Council chamber had endured accusations, ultimatums, even open declarations of war, but never silence. Not like this. The human's words still hung in the air, heavy and unresolved, as delegates processed the implications of what had just been revealed. The lead human raised her hand again. The starfield projection beneath the council shifted, zooming outward from Sol, past familiar trade corridors and border systems, into regions officially classified as empty. Space the Council believed unexplored. Points of light ignited across the display. Dozens at first, then hundreds. Gasps rippled through the chamber as tactical overlays automatically engaged. Range estimates appeared, drive signatures analyzed, threat matrices recalculated. These are human vessels, the human said calmly. That statement triggered chaos. The Averick strategist, a being of layered metallic plates and exposed neural conduits, rose abruptly from its floating throne. Impossible, it snapped. No developing species possesses that many deep space-capable ships. None without triggering hyperspace detection grids. They don't use your grids, the human replied. We learned early that watching your blind spots taught us more than copying your strengths. The projection shifted again. Live feeds, dated months, even years earlier, appeared. Human operatives walking through alien research facilities undetected. Power systems being shut down with surgical precision. Data cores accessed, copied, and restored without alarms. No explosions, no casualties, no resistance. The Cardinal Delegate recoiled as footage from one of its own installations appeared. That facility was secure. You protected it against threats you understood, the human said. Not curiosity. She paced slowly now, her boots echoing against the obsidian floor. You categorized us as fragmented, aggressive, and inefficient. That assessment was accurate. Several delegates shifted uneasily. But you missed something, she continued. When humans feel threatened, we stop competing with each other. We share, we adapt, and we remember. The starfield zoomed closer, revealing human ships positioned not in attack formations, but observation grids, listening posts, defensive networks woven seamlessly into the fabric of interstellar space. We are not here to declare war, the human said. If we were, this chamber would already be empty. That statement struck harder than any threat. A murmur of fear spread. The crystalline elder spoke again, its voice carefully neutral. What does your species intend? The human stopped walking. For 3 cycles, you treated Earth as a specimen, she said. You took people. You ran tests. You decided our fate without our consent. Her eyes hardened, not with anger, but resolve. We are here to correct that imbalance. The projection shifted one final time. A planetary-scale schematic appeared. Earth Defense Network, fully operational. Layers of orbital platforms, hidden sensor arrays, kinetic interceptors, and systems that defied known physics overlapped the image of Earth like a protective shell. The Council stared. You assaulted Earth, the human repeated quietly, and you failed. The Cardinal Delegate's lights flickered erratically. What prevents us from retaliating? The human considered the question. Nothing, she said honestly, except the certainty that we would respond. and that the cost would outweigh whatever you hoped to gain. She turned toward the exit. "Humanity does not seek dominance," she said over her shoulder. "We seek acknowledgement, recognition, and boundaries." At the threshold, she paused. "You will remember this moment," she added, "because we will." The doors sealed behind the human delegation with a resonant finality. No one moved. For the first time in recorded galactic history, the Council understood a terrifying truth. Earth was no longer a world to be studied, manipulated, or tested. It was a peer, and the silence that followed was not paralysis. It was respect.